So if we start at 1:30,
I mean, we can. I don't have any. Yeah, no problem.
All right, Del Rio Comic Con, are you ready for our next panel with Johnny Huang? Let's give him a great big Del Rio welcome. Johnny, we are so happy that you're here and so excited that you are here in Del Rio, Texas for the first time. Now we're going to ask you that same question that we asked Rikishi. So you had Julio's yesterday, right? So
Yes.
you got a chance to go to the restaurant, so tell us, what did you order?
I ordered 3 breakfast tacos, and I didn't realize I was ordering 3 taco plates. But I tried to eat it all, and I took one home, so it was delicious.
Nice.
Yeah, we also ordered some other. I mean, we ordered a whole table worth of food, and it was delicious. Love Julio. Shout out to Julio.
Yeah,
Shout out to Miguel.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so we've got a couple questions for you today.
So Johnny, appreciate you coming here to Del Rio. I'm sure all the fans appreciate that you're here. Let's give a warm welcome for Johnny. You know, you had a really awesome career working with Nickelodeon, a lot of other, big time companies.
Yep.
What motivated you to be in the business, or what inspired you when you were younger?
So believe it or not, when I was in high school, I did everything but acting, and I fell into acting from martial arts and just having friends in the business. So what really got me into everything was music and music videos first, and then acting came later. And it's just like an artistic thing I tapped into later. But I say acting. I'm really just portraying myself being a fun, goofy guy, and so I played a lot of sidekick characters to like the main actor. So outside of the Ninja Turtle world. So yeah.
So you said the Ninja Turtle world. So you play Michelangelo
Yes.
all around the world, the United States. Like
Yeah.
you travel, and we heard that you hold the record for the longest hours wearing the Michelangelo suit, the
Correct.
ninja suit. So tell us about that experience, how it is, like where have you been, what do you do, and what's behind all of that persona that you play?
Sure. So a lot of people know me as Michelangelo from the music videos with Partners in Crime. For the people who forget, he's the gentleman that did the Turtle Power song for the original 1990s movie. We did an anniversary music video, and then Vanilla Ice and a bunch of other celebrities and rappers such as Rick Ross, ICP. We brought back the old school Turtles because we knew the old school generation loved the old school Turtles. And every 5 to 10 years, there's a reboot of the animated or the live action, such as a Michael Bay and all that. And I love all the renditions of all the Turtles, but for all of us who were alive in the 80s and 90s, we love the old school 90s OG Turtles, which is why we always bring them back. So, and now we have YouTube, the younger generation can watch the old school Turtles that we grew up with. And, at the end of the day, I'm just a big, Ninja Turtle fan as well. And I'll speak for Vanilla Ice as well. He's a big Ninja Turtle fan. He has all 4 Ninja Turtles tattooed on his leg. And we have traveled the whole world, not just the US, the whole world with the I Love the 90s tour performing Ninja rap. So go Ninja, go Ninja, go. And, obviously Ice Ice Baby, too cold, too cold.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I was sharing with you, Johnny, that I had a chance to see Vanilla Ice in the 90s in concert. So the fact that you travel with him still, that's amazing. So, what is y'all's relationship still right now? I know y'all are always, together. You told us about an upcoming project as well that you have with him. So can you share a little bit about that with us?
Yeah, so Vanilla Ice, his real name is Rob. He's a big brother to me, a mentor. He's helped me out throughout my career. So he's my big bro, but I see him at least 3 to 4 times a month, every month. Not only on tour, but we make appearances for appearances over the U.S., including charity events. But yeah, we have an upcoming movie together. It's called Zombie Plane. It was filmed in Australia. The only 3 American actors on set was Chuck Norris, Vanilla Ice, and myself. And Chuck Norris and Vanilla Ice played themselves, and I played the crazy pilot that's flying the plane. So what you don't know is that there's a zombie virus on the plane, and it goes throughout. And it's not like your typical little plane like a Spirit or anything. It's one of those ginormous planes that you can drive a go-kart in. It's huge. Yeah. So, oops.
Just speaking about Ninja Turtles, the one thing that comes to mind is pizza. Just thinking about, different types of pizza. What's your pizza order, if you can ask?
So I'll try to answer that as simply as possible. So my favorite pizza, when I was a kid, I loved cheese and pepperoni. That's standard go-to, and I loved pan crust, pepperoni and cheese. And then stuffed crust came out. I don't know if you guys remember the Bigfoot pizzas. I love those. But I've had pizza all over the world, and I will tell you there's a lot of different pizzas out there, believe it or not. And a lot of people ask me about Chicago, the deep dish, and it's okay. It's almost like a lasagna pizza. It's pretty good. But now as I'm older, I started putting vegetables on it. I know it's crazy, but for all you kids out there, eat your vegetables. You'll grow taller, I promise.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Johnny, so, you play this character all day, all year round. So how do you mentally prepare for that? You have a lot of poses that you make. You gotta when the cameras are ready, like you see them right now, you just gotta get into that mode, right, and have that stance. How do you mentally prepare and pump yourself up? Is there anything that you do in particular or the team does?
So I feel like everybody has 1 or 2 or multiple turtles and their personality. Raphael is a tough guy. That's actually Vanilla Ice is one of his favorites because his first 3 letters of his name is R-A-P for rap. And but Leonardo, he's a leader. So there's times I find myself being the leader, whether we're traveling or hanging out. And there's lots of moments where I'm really silly and tap into my 8 to 12-year-old self and just having a good time. So I just remember seeing some of these kids out here with their bandanas and just strike a pose, do some cool things, and that's really fun, and doing martial arts and swinging nunchucks. But yeah, I love all the turtles. I know everybody has their favorites because they can resonate and relate to. But yeah, deep down inside, Mikey forever for me. But there's always moments that I feel like I'm one of the other turtles, waiting in a long line, get grumpy like Raphael, But usually I try to stay happy and positive, and that's me all the time anyways. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. There's a little bit of turtle in each one of us,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So,
So Johnny, I'm sure that you probably went to Comic-Con similar whenever you were a kid.
Yes.
You know, now full circle, being, you know, when kids come up to you and they look up to you and everything you do, what advice can you give to the crowd of people that aspire to be maybe where you're at?
Sure, yeah. So there's lots of wise words for Ninja Turtle fans out there, and one of the ones I get asked a lot is this, and for all the people who were alive and back in 1990, the original Turtles movie, Richard Usher, also known as GV of Partners in Crime, he did a song called Turtle Power. And in the song there's a message, and the message is this, you know, everybody has turtle power in them, you just gotta tap into it. And what turtle power means to me is doing the right thing, having high integrity no matter when people are watching or not. Just always doing the right thing, you know? So that'll be my one message for Ninja Turtle fans, is have turtle power. So that's the deep message in that.
Awesome, very good. So also we heard about that there's something coming up. Maybe you can help us to share a little bit of light on this. They're supposed to be making a movie about one of the Ninja Turtles comics, right? So The Last Ronin. So are you involved in this project? Do you have anything that you can share with us about that?
So I'm assuming you're referring to Last Ronin. So spoiler alert for everybody who doesn't know, The Last Ronin is Michelangelo. So a lot of people assume that I'm part of the project, and they may or may not be right or wrong. The creators of the Ninja Turtles, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, Ben Bishop. Well, Ben Bishop's one of the guys that helped with the creation of Last Ronin. As far as the live action is concerned, I'm not officially part of it. ... maybe, you know. But if it becomes official, you know, I'll be happy to announce it. But I love the series. I feel like it brought back the grittiness of the original comics, and it's great for the fans who were kids that grew up with the cartoon Turtles. Now we get to enjoy the old school comic version now, back in The Last Ronin. So yeah.
Great. And you guys travel all together, right? So all the group that's here today, are you the group that travels together and you bring the van, or how does that work?
So, you know, every weekend's a little bit different. This weekend is convention. There's other weekends. We've got some other weekends coming up where Vanilla Ice, myself, we're going to be doing ninja rap on stage at I Love the 90s concerts. And Partners in Crime and I are doing a Turtle Power tour, where we bring me and him and the Turtles, and sometimes the band, and we'll perform the old school songs, Turtle Power. We'll perform the new songs that he's written. So, you know, the main thing is we just always have a good time every weekend. But yeah, every weekend, you know, whether it's with this group of guys or another different group of guys, the main thing is just have a good time, show some turtle love and have some turtle power.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, you reference Vanilla Ice being like a big brother to you.
Yes.
Do you have any other mentors or anyone else that you look up to, maybe give you advice that just help you, just grow your career?
Yeah. So the question is, do I have any other mentors outside of Vanilla Ice? And the answer is absolutely. You know, I like to learn from everybody. It doesn't matter where they are in their journey. There's something you can learn from everyone. And every time I see a bunch of kids out with their Ninja Turtle masks, it reminds me to, like, you know, bring out the old school Michelangelo back, which is have a good time, not to be too serious. You know, life's too short to have drama and have, you know, it's not high school anymore for us, you know. So I try not to worry about small problems, but focus on the big things. But yeah, lots of mentors in my life. Every project, whether it's a movie, comic convention, comic books, you know, when I meet the people who were before me and paved the way, I always like to ask questions. So that's why I like to answer questions for anybody younger than me or in the same, you know, trying to pursue, whether it's acting, comics, music, art, drawing. You know, the main thing is, you know, you always want to follow your dreams, you know, and go after it. Nothing happens by accident, so you should always go for it.
And you mentioned, you know, childhood dreams also. So what would you tell your younger self, like sitting right here in this moment, you know, accomplishing all that you've done, touring the world, you know, being Michelangelo, the face of the Ninja Turtles, what would you tell your younger self sitting right here? Like, does it ever become surreal? Like, you know, I'm actually, you know, in this moment and have accomplished so many things. So what would you tell your younger self?
Man, there's so many things I want to tell myself. You know, I'm a big fan of Back to the Future and time travel movies, so I've thought about this a lot. the first thing I think most people think of is like, man, now you know all the sports teams I won, right? Or, oh my gosh, invest in Google or buy some Bitcoin, right? But for me, I think as grown-up Ninja Turtle, fan, Michelangelo, to childhood Michelangelo, a kid that wanted to be a Ninja Turtle, I would tell myself, hey, like, never give up, keep going. There's lots of times I think I paused in life where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And I didn't have the right mentors or didn't have any mentors around. And if I could talk to my future self, I was like, should I keep going? Should I give up? And the answer is like, never give up, keep going, always. Yeah.
Always keep going, never give up.
Yeah.
So Johnny, I know you have a busy day ahead of you. As we wrap up the interview, is there any last message that you want to get to your fans here in Del Rio? Any last words of wisdom to kids? Anything that you want? Mike's yours.
Man, everybody I met so far here in Del Rio has been awesome. Big shout out to Paul. Thanks for bringing us out. Thanks for the invitation. If it wasn't for him, me and the Turtles wouldn't be here this weekend. Shout out to him and Del Rio Comic Con. Shout out to the people of Del Rio. Shout out to everybody who came out to see us and have a good time. The main message is, dig deep down inside, find your turtle power, and live life to your fullest and have a good time. Cowabunga.
And Johnny, just like we shared with Rikishi, once you come to Del Rio, you're family. So Del Rio, give it up for Johnny Wang, Michelangelo Ninja Turtle. So Turtle Power, Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
Thank you so much for joining us, Johnny.
Great.
Pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Del Rio. Catch us on Connect Del Rio. We are on YouTube and on Facebook. So enjoy the rest of Comic Con and have a great, great day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Test 1 2.
I guess the volume was just low.
Pizza. Test 1 2.
Yeah.
Test 1 2. 1 2 test. Yeah, it was just low.
It was just low volume, but we had a backup.
We got some game tournaments as well. So I want to thank you guys for coming to Del Rio Comic Con 2015, and I can't wait for you guys to see the next adventures that